I'm Alex Cecil.
Were you looking at the
I don't
camera?
know. I don't remember.
We get it again.
My DJ name is my real name, Alex Cecil. I'm born and raised in New York City, and I still live here just a few blocks away from where we're shooting, actually.
Wilki, from Atlanta. I live in New York City.
Personally, the thing that I fell in love with DJing is making everyone dance, making everyone happy. You know, before I started really DJing, I was playing iTunes and throwing parties at my place. And then I realized, I want to take it to the next level.
People get excited about music here. There's always a good vibe. There's a lot of good places to play, a lot of opportunity. Unlike any other city, it's just that excitement. You walk into a room and there's automatically a vibe. Oh, it depends on the gig, 100%. You know, typical nightclub nights, it's just what I've been listening to and what I've been messing around with, you know, production-wise, and I kind of like to test out a few demo tracks. It's not, you know, as much preparation as that goes into like a stage show or a festival or something like that.
When I prepare for a set, you know, if it's a stage show, you have a general vibe of what it's going to be like, so it's a little easier. So you prep like an outline, sort of like an essay in college. If it's a club, I've had many gigs where I prepared, you know, a 3-hour set and just had to throw the whole thing out because, you know, I got there and I'm like, oh, everyone wants hip hop and it's literally a hip hop party. So much for that disco.
All right, so most embarrassing moment.
How embarrassing?
I mean, it wasn't that embarrassing because I feel like everybody was pretty drunk by this point, but coming on, I was headlining this night and the guy before me not only basically mic dropped and took out one of the chords so that when I went on, there was like 2 or 3 minutes of silence trying to get all the chords back in.
It's always terrible when the sound cuts off, no matter what. I mean, for some reason, the audience thinks that it's somehow your fault. Like that the speakers just shut off and the power went off because of some little button you press. But it really has nothing to do with us sometimes. But yeah, it was actually my first time DJing at this venue, Southside, and I was doing a terrible job throwing out bangers at like 11 in the evening. First time literally ever DJing in a club, and then on top of that, the sound goes off, and I'm just like, fuck this shit.
Wait, were you the guy that was DJing before me then? Just kidding, because that was actually at Southside.
Can we do a fact checker?
Can we fact check that?
Top 3 DJs that you think about when you DJ, or not that you think about necessarily, but that had an impact.
No, I think about them all the time. Every night before I go to bed. Thank you, Dixon. Thank you, Libra. I look to DJs that have been in the game for a long time, like Lee Burridge. At the same time, like tennis, which is a lot more driven, hard, but also new people like Atish, and he's just been killing it.
All right, top 3 favorite DJ. I would say they're my favorite top 3 producers as well. Eric Prydz got me into music, dance music specifically. And you know, I've seen him countless times, every single time better than the next. Then you have a little bit of a deeper underground vibe with a guy like Solomon, who just, you know, at the end of the day, a Solomon vibe is a Solomon vibe. Last person, someone I've recently got more into, Maceo Plex. Favorite go-to clubs in New York City. I'm just gonna think about this for a little bit now. Verboten in Brooklyn, and then Le Baron.
Yeah, I think those are both such classic places right now. Verboten is doing like something new every week. Le Baron is, every time you go there, like, you know that if you go down to the cellar, you're gonna have a good time. You won't be able to see 2 feet in front of you because of the fog. What's really great is the new places, like Sub Rosa, for example. I think the most memorable place that I've played before would have to be Bang On New Year's Eve. Playing with such talented artists such as Kramer and Lee Foss, Shibasan, just to be doing the same bill as them and hearing what they're doing and talking with them and seeing, you know, how they're playing out is great.
I was actually at the party and wouldn't say hi.
No, I didn't see you.
You thought he was really special.
No, I couldn't get anyone back in.
Yeah, I was there, and you didn't say hi.
Did you even hear it?
It's hard to say hi to your friends and you're not focused on that.
So in terms of a job on the side, after I graduated college, I went into banking for 5 years, then played around on my friend's DJ set, and subsequently quit my banking job and pursued music full time, and so for the past 2 years I've been working on DJing and my EP because I found that I couldn't focus on both at the same time.
I'll leave it at yes, I do have a day job, and yes, it's serious, and no, I do not sleep as a result.
Perfect.
Team no sleep.
All right,
I found out about Gigwax through Facebook, actually. A friend of mine, Sean Glass, liked it, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, cool, what's this? And then I spoke to him, and I was like, so what's this thing you're doing? And you know, he explained to me how it's basically the middleman between the venue and the DJ, making it more efficient. And then it turns out that I also went to Georgetown with him. Our names were both Alex's, and we were also going to Further Future. We both like girls, you know, a host of things. My first Gigwax gig was at this place, Sabrosa, and I really didn't know what to expect. I had never been there before, and I walk in, and it's actually a bunch of people I know. It's great sound system, stage, everyone's having a great time, 4 DJs rotating, and I was so pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh, let me sign up for this shit again.
I'd say how I get gigs now, I mean, it completely varies. I feel like every time, you know, I play private events, and that's through networking, but so is the club scene. I think at the end of the day, you know, you make a name for yourself online, you make a name for yourself playing parties that people go to that are in the industry. A service like Gigwax can only help, and it definitely puts you on another platform where you're visible to people. And I mean, I think online is where people are most of the day anyway, regardless of what they're doing.
Actually, at the second booking with Gigwax, I met a DJ who had driven all the way from North Carolina, literally for the night. And there's no way without Gigwax that he would have ever gotten that gig. And so I think it gives an opportunity to people that might not have the relationships, which is always good. My first Gigwax gig was, my first gig with Gigwax, it's really hard to repeat things. So my first gig with Gigwax, sorry, my first,